Former President Donald Trump has reignited a heated debate over America's role in Afghanistan, bringing renewed attention to a region that has long been at the center of U.S. foreign policy discussions. Trump has made headlines by calling for the United States to retake Bagram Airbase, a move that would mark a dramatic shift in current policy and potentially reshape America's military presence in Central Asia. He frames the 2021 abandonment of Bagram as a major strategic mistake, arguing that leaving the base not only weakened America's position, but also emboldened adversaries in the region. According to Trump, reclaiming Bagram is essential for safeguarding American interests and ensuring national security. Trump claims that regaining control of Bagram would restore U.S. leverage in a volatile region, serving as both a practical asset and a powerful symbol of American strength and resolve on the world stage. He's even floated the controversial idea of negotiating directly with the Taliban, suggesting that Afghanistan's economic desperation could make its new rulers more receptive to American proposals than many expect. This bold proposal is central to Trump's ongoing critique of the Biden administration's foreign policy, which he argues has been marked by weakness and missed opportunities. Trump insists that Bagram is far more than just an airfield. It represents a strategic foothold for monitoring adversaries, gathering intelligence, and projecting American power throughout the region. While many foreign policy experts and military analysts dismiss the idea as unrealistic or even dangerous, Trump's persistent advocacy ensures that Bagram remains a focal point in the national conversation. He paints a vivid picture of a nation that must reclaim its dominant position, urging Americans to support a return to strength and global leadership. Whether this ambitious vision is truly achievable remains uncertain, but Trump's renewed focus has undeniably reignited the conversation and forced policymakers to reconsider America's options. The future of Bagram is once again a divisive and hotly debated topic in Washington, with leaders and citizens alike questioning what role, if any, the U.S. should play in Afghanistan moving forward. The Taliban government has swiftly and decisively responded to recent international proposals regarding Afghanistan's security landscape. In particular, they have unequivocally rejected former President Trump's proposal to return U.S. troops to Bagram Airfield, making their position unmistakably clear to both domestic and international audiences. The Taliban leadership insists that Afghanistan's sovereignty is non-negotiable, emphasizing that the era of foreign military bases and external control is now firmly in the past. For the Taliban, Bagram stands as a powerful symbol of past occupation and foreign intervention. Allowing U.S. troops to return would, in their view, not only undermine their hard-fought victory, but also betray the very cause that has defined their movement for decades. Their response is more than just a policy decision. It signals a fierce and unwavering commitment to protecting Afghanistan's independence and self-determination at all costs. A spokesperson reiterated that Afghans have a long and storied history of resisting foreign forces, from the British Empire to the Soviet Union and the United States. This principle of resistance remains central to the Taliban's identity and legitimacy. For many Afghans, the idea of U.S. soldiers returning is seen as an affront to national pride and a painful reminder of years of conflict and foreign interference. However, despite their hardline stance on military matters, the Taliban have left the door open for economic and diplomatic engagement with the United States and other countries. They recognize that Afghanistan faces significant humanitarian and economic crises, and that international relationships are essential to address these urgent challenges and rebuild the nation. Still, their red line is clear and uncompromising. No foreign soldiers will be allowed on Afghan soil under any circumstances. Diplomatic and economic ties are possible and even encouraged, but any form of foreign military presence is absolutely off the table and non-negotiable. The Taliban's stance is unwavering, deeply rooted in their identity, and reflects both their historical experience and their vision for Afghanistan's future as a sovereign nation. Trump and his supporters argue that Bagram's location offers a unique advantage in the U.S.-China rivalry. They believe that, given its strategic position just a few hundred miles from China's western border, the base could serve as a vital listening post and staging ground for American interests in the region. He claims the base would be invaluable for monitoring China's western regions and military activity. With advanced surveillance capabilities, Bagram could provide real-time intelligence on troop movements, missile deployments, and other critical developments inside China and neighboring countries. Bagram is reframed as a critical outpost in a broader geopolitical contest, not just an Afghan asset. Its significance extends far beyond Afghanistan, positioning it as a linchpin in the contest for influence across Eurasia. For years, Bagram was the logistical backbone of U.S. operations, enabling rapid response and intelligence gathering. The base supported not only combat missions, but also humanitarian efforts and regional stability operations. Proponents say regaining Bagram would let the U.S. project power across Central and South Asia. From this vantage point, American forces could respond quickly to emerging threats, support allies, and deter adversaries. Trump also argues that a presence there would give Washington diplomatic leverage over China, Russia, and Iran. The ability to operate from Bagram, he suggests, would strengthen America's negotiating position in high-stakes talks. The base's location is a geostrategic choke point at the crossroads of Central Asia and the Middle East. Control over Bagram means influence over vital trade routes, energy corridors, and regional security dynamics. Military planners feel the loss of Bagram acutely, citing challenges in intelligence and readiness. Without it, the U.S. faces greater difficulty in tracking threats and maintaining a rapid response capability in a volatile region. Trump's push taps into anxieties about lost influence, presenting Bagram's recapture as a solution. He frames it as a way to restore American strength and reassure allies concerned about shifting power balances. The debate reflects Washington's ongoing concerns about maintaining global power. As the world's geopolitical landscape shifts, the question of Bagram's future remains a symbol of America's struggle to adapt and assert its influence. Trump has relentlessly criticized the 2021 U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, repeatedly voicing his disapproval in public statements and interviews. He has called it a catastrophic failure for American foreign policy. Trump argues that abandoning Bagram handed a strategic asset and advanced weaponry directly to the Taliban. He links the withdrawal to a decline in American credibility and emboldened adversaries around the world. Trump insists that keeping Bagram should have been non-negotiable for U.S. security interests. The loss of the base is now a symbol of what critics see as a short-sighted and costly policy. Trump uses this narrative to argue that returning to Bagram would help restore American prestige. The Taliban's opposition to foreign troops is absolute and central to their ideology. They view national sovereignty as paramount, and allowing U.S. troops back would undermine their legitimacy. Afghanistan's history of resisting foreign powers shapes this stance. The Taliban's 2021 return was framed as a victory for independence. Permitting U.S. forces at Bagram would contradict everything they fought for. While open to economic and diplomatic ties, the Taliban draw a hard line on military presence. The distinction is clear. Engagement is possible, occupation is not. Any proposal involving U.S. troops is destined for rejection. Despite no formal recognition, U.S. and Taliban officials hold quiet talks, often in third-party countries. These discussions focus on practical issues like detainee releases and counterterrorism, not military bases. Trump has suggested Bagram's return could be on the table, but there's no evidence for this. The Taliban have explicitly denied any talks about U.S. military bases. Both sides have limited, pragmatic reasons to keep dialogue open. The U.S. wants to prevent terrorism. The Taliban need aid and legitimacy. These talks are about managing a difficult relationship, not forging alliances. Major breakthroughs on military cooperation are highly unlikely. For now, the focus remains on achievable, immediate concerns. The Bagram debate unfolds amid U.S.-China rivalry, with Trump framing the base as key to countering Beijing. Afghanistan is now a focal point in a new great power struggle. China seeks stability and economic opportunity, while the Taliban balance relationships to avoid becoming a pawn. The U.S. withdrawal left a power vacuum, with China, Russia, and Iran eyeing greater influence. America's lingering interest in Bagram signals its desire to retain a regional foothold. The base's fate is tied to shifting global power dynamics, not just US-Afghan relations. The Taliban hope to attract investment without losing autonomy. The future of Bagram remains uncertain, shaped by complex international interests.